Right now, ask yourself, how many sources of income do you have? If it's just one, start thinking of how to create other sources of income. Hello everyone, welcome back to Money Matters Inspired Living with Modupe. This is the home for all things personal finance because your money matters, and also a place to get you inspired to be successful and become all that God intended for you to be. And so in today's video, I want to talk about certain money mistakes you must avoid. Yes, it is important for you to know how to make money, bring in income from your various jobs, businesses, or side hustles. But it's equally important that you know how to avoid certain money mistakes that can bring your finances into jeopardy. And so, if you are a new person watching this video, I want to ask you to subscribe to this channel, like the video, and please share with your friends. And if you are an already existing subscriber, I want to say a very big thank you for being a part of this channel. And so I want to go straight into the money mistakes you must avoid. Number one mistake to avoid: not having a financial plan. It is important that we have a plan for everything we do, especially our finances. Benjamin Franklin once said that failing to plan is equal to you planning to fail. So it is important that you have a plan when it comes to your finances. Ask yourself, how much money is coming to me? Ask yourself, how much do I want to spend on my expenses? Ask yourself, how much do I want to have for my savings? How much do I want to invest? It's important that you plan ahead of time. We have just about 10 more months to the end of this year. How is 2022 going to end financially? Are you going to end on a better note? Are you going to end on a note that is worse than how you started? If you want things to get better, then you must plan your finances. Ask yourself, what I have right now, is it enough to handle the things that I have for now, and also for the project and the things I want to do in future? Please have a plan. Your plan includes you having a workable budget, and your budget is what would help you to be in control of your finances, so that you do not just spend money on things that are not important, on things that are not necessary. So the first money mistake to avoid is not to have a plan. So if you're watching me today and you do not already have a plan, please start with a plan. Start with what you have. Start with from where you are, and start putting things in place. And I trust that everything will start working for you. And so the second money mistake you must avoid is relying on just one source of income. Somebody once said that having just one source of income is close to not having any source of income, which is very true, because having just one source of income can be very dangerous in the event that something happens to only that source of income. So right now, ask yourself, how many sources of income do you have? If it's just one, start thinking of how to create other sources of income. It has been said from research and from survey that the wealthy people have at least 7 sources of income. Why not make a change to your finances this year? Start thinking, what can I do? What else can I do apart from my job or my business to bring in income that will help me to get to where I want to get to financially? Number 3 money mistakes to avoid is leaning or depending on other people for your financial survival. And what do I mean by this? When you depend on other people to put you through when it comes to your finances, For instance, if you are a woman, you relying solely on your husband on all financial decisions without you having an understanding of what to do is a financial error, a financial mistake. So even if you have your husband helping you or supporting you when it comes to your finances, it's also important that you as a woman have an understanding of how money works. You may also be a parent who you feel that you have trained up your children, and you believe that at the end of your work life, you rely on your children for your financial survival. Is also a mistake that most parents make. Yes, you have your children who are just starting up in life, but at the same time, it's important that while you work, you also plan for your future. As an employee, it's wrong for you to depend totally or solely on your employer for your financial survival. If anything is going to happen and anything good is going to happen, it's important that you have an understanding of your own finances, of how to make your money work, of how to make multiply your finances, your income, without you necessarily depending on other people for your financial survival. So, number 4 money mistake that people also make is not having savings. The question is, if you're trying to build wealth, if you're trying to become financial successful, it is important that right now you begin to put some money aside from the income that comes to you in form of your savings. Once you are paid or you are given an income, money comes to you, it's important that you put something aside. You save a part of the income that comes to you. If you do not save, then financially you are not safe. So money mistake to avoid is not having a saving. The next money mistake, which is the number 5 money mistake you must avoid, is for you not to have an investment. This money mistake is similar to not having a saving. But I must state here that savings and investments are not the same. Every day we go out, go to our business place, or we go to our jobs. What we're doing in essence is that we're working for money. We have to get to a point where our money will start working for us. And that is what investment does. Investment is simply making our money to work for us. So not having an investment is a money mistake we all need to avoid. Most people do not have enough money to start investing, and that is why it is very important that we start saving. So by the time you save up to a point, it's important that you take the money away from the saving instrument and put them into an investment instrument. So money mistake to avoid is not to have an investment. So number 6 money mistake that you must avoid is you not having education when it comes to your finances. Being educated, being a lawyer or becoming a doctor, an engineer, or a pastor, or whatever field you find yourself, does not mean that you are financially literate. Somebody once said, the worst form of slavery is financial illiteracy. When you go out to work, and you have nothing to show for it. I want to tell you at this point that money has its own set of principles, how money works. When you have an understanding of how money works, then you see that the hard-earned money that you go out to get every time, you see the money keep multiplying, and you realize that most of these money mistakes that people make, you'll avoid them. And so another money mistake to avoid, which is number 6, is you not learning from your past mistakes, money mistakes. Yes, sometimes either out of ignorance and out of fear, we make money mistakes. But I want to say that once you realize that you have made a money mistake, it is important that you learn from that money mistakes and then you move on. So if, for instance, you have not been saving and something happens, you realize that it is now time for me to start saving. Realize that it is a mistake, correct that mistake, and then move on. Or if you realize that you have just one source of income and then something happens to your income, you know that that can be very dangerous for you. You learn from that money mistake and then you move on from that money mistake and you make the necessary adjustment. Another money mistake you need to avoid this year 2022 is for you to update your financial records. Yes, update your financial records. Right now, I'm speaking not only as a financial planner, but I'm also speaking as a lawyer. A lot of mistakes that people make financially is the failure to update their records. And what are the records that I'm talking about? Number one, your mandate cards in the banks. If, for instance, something has changed, your status has changed, it is important that you go back and make the necessary changes on that mandate cards. So, for instance, you may have an insurance for yourself and for your beneficiaries. It is important, and then you realize that your status has changed. Probably you had the insurance or you had the banking account, when you were single, and then now you are married. It is important that you update that record. Maybe your next of kin were your siblings while you were single, and now that you are married, it is important that you review regularly your documents and then you update that document. This is important should in case anything happens, so that you have the necessary people that you want to be to get the things that you want. So it's important that you review your records and you update your records. And so another money mistake that you must avoid is using your emotion to operate your finances. Yes, using your emotions to operate your finances. When it comes to your finances, it's important that you put your emotions aside and you use your head to operate your finances. It's not enough for you to, operate your finances the way you feel. Because sometimes you just want to buy. And you may not have enough money for you to buy. So that is why I say don't use your emotions when it comes to making a financial decision. A lot of us fall into that mistake, especially women. When we feel that we want to buy this, we want to buy that, and we know that we don't have enough money to buy everything we want to buy. So it's important that you separate your emotions when it comes to your finances. Another money mistake you must avoid this year 2022, which incidentally is the last money mistake I have for this video, is you spending more than you earn. You might want to ask me, how do I spend more than I earn? Number one, when you buy things on credit. Number two, when you keep borrowing to buy things. Number three, when you ask for an extension, overdraft, or cash advance where you work. It is important that if you want to make a success out of your finances, if you want to create wealth, that you do not spend more than you earn. Not only is it important for you to create multiple avenues for income, but you must also ensure that you do not spend more than you earn. In fact, it is important that you spend less than you earn. So if you have been spending more than you earn, sit down, track your expenses, and see where you can cut off costs. And so these are the money tips that I have, money mistakes to avoid in this video. Thank you so much for watching. Once again, if you have not subscribed, kindly subscribe, share with your friends, turn on the notification button so that you can get fresh videos whenever I upload. And until next week, I want to say thank you for watching. God bless you. Be money wise, and I'll see you at the top. Bye.